Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about 8 simple fixes for your PC's worst errors. As many of you know, last week was a rough one for me. My laptop completely died and I had to resort to some very old backups to get my work done. But since then, I've been able to spend some time digging around online and have found some pretty interesting tools and tips for dealing with a few of the most common issues you might run into at home. And so today, we're going to be covering those. Let's jump right into it. Starting off, we have Windows error 0xC00000Z9. Now this one is particularly nasty because it often comes up when trying to launch games such as Fortnite and can make playing them completely impossible if you don't know how to fix it. Fortunately, however, the solution is actually relatively simple. In 99% of cases, this error is caused by corrupted game files or an incompatible system update. To deal with it, all you need to do is come down here to the search bar and type in CMD and hit enter. We're going to bring up the command prompt, and now in this window, you're going to type in SFC scan now. Hit enter and let it do its thing. This will allow you to verify your game files and fix any issues that may arise. Next up, we have Windows error 0ACE807002. So as many of you probably already know, Windows updates are incredibly important and should be applied regularly. However, as many of you probably also know, they can sometimes be a little bit finicky. If you're running into issues while trying to download updates through Windows Update, there's a couple things you can do to fix this. First, you can try heading down to the search bar again and typing in Wacult. Then right-click this option here and click Run as Administrator. From here, we're going to be brought to the Windows Update Advanced Options window where we can easily force Windows to check for updates. Click this button here and see if that fixes your issue. Otherwise, you can also try clicking this other button here to reset your policies, or if none of those options work, you can try resetting your network settings or just restarting your router altogether. Moving on, we have the dreaded blue screen of death. So this one is definitely a difficult one to fix because there are literally hundreds of different causes for it. Fortunately, though, I did find a really cool tool that can help mitigate some of these issues and hopefully resolve them. So what you're going to do here is head on over to Google and search for Who Crashed. Now, this website here is developed by Microsoft themselves and allows you to dump your crash data onto their system for analysis, and it will tell you exactly what's causing it. To do this, simply click on Download here and save the file to your desktop. Then open up the file and click OK. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and hit the Check for Solutions button and see what it has to say. Next up, we have general slowdowns or lagginess with your computer. So this is actually a really easy one to fix and requires very little technical knowledge. What you'll want to do first is open up your Task Manager and sort by the CPU usage. You'll want to look for anything that seems to be spiking up for no reason, such as this Windows Apps folder. Once you've found it, you're going to want to right-click and open File Explorer. Then, inside of here, you're going to want to open the folder that shows up and delete everything except for the config and the local folders. Now, once you've done that, you can go ahead and close out of everything and restart your computer, and it should run much faster. All right, moving on, we have printer issues. Now, this one's a tough one because printers are all very different and there are literally thousands of models out there. So, unless you're willing to troubleshoot for hours trying to figure out what the issue might be, I would recommend just heading on over to Google and searching for a professional solution such as HP's Fix-It Center, which is what I used for my personal printer. These usually aren't too hard to find, and they often come in the form of a simple little troubleshooting wizard, which will walk you through step by step on how to fix your specific issue. All right, moving on, we have an issue with your display, such as a second monitor not working properly. This one is a relatively simple fix, but it can be a little bit tricky to find the solution for. Essentially, the issue is that Windows isn't detecting your secondary monitor properly. Now, fortunately, there is a really easy registry tweak that will force Windows to recognize it correctly. So what you'll need to do is open up Regedit and then navigate to this key here. Then you'll want to open up the display subkey, and from here double-click on the device on board 0001 entry and change this value to whatever the value of the primary monitor is. Usually, this is either 1 or 2. Then you can close this out and reboot your computer, and your secondary monitor should start working again. Next up, we have an issue with recording clips in-game using something like the NVIDIA ShadowPlay. Fortunately, this one is a really easy fix that only requires you to install a couple of components. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up your GeForce Experience app and make sure that GeForce Experience is up to date. Then inside of the Drivers tab, you're going to want to click on Express or Custom Installation. On the next screen, you're going to want to select Game Ready Driver and select your GPU type. Then on the next screen, select Express or Custom and then Download. Now once the driver is finished downloading, you'll want to come over here to the ShadowPlay tab and click on Settings. Now in here, you'll want to toggle on Record Game Clips, and that's it. Once you've done that, you should be good to go. Last but not least, we have an issue with your microphone not being picked up by certain programs. Now this is a really annoying one because it often comes up when trying to stream and can make it so that people can't hear you at all. Fortunately, however, there is a really simple fix that will allow you to route your microphone directly through your sound settings. First thing you'll want to do is come down here to the bottom and click on the Sound Settings gear. Then in here, you'll want to click on the Advanced tab and select the Record tab. From here, you're going to want to click on the drop-down menu under the Listen to this device and select your microphone. Then you can go ahead and click on Apply and OK, and that's it. So there you go. Those were 8 simple fixes for some of the most common issues you might run into at home. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more tech tips like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay secure, and above all else, stay awesome.